Welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast, the place for smart, simple strategies that will amplify your business results. Sharing practical tips, insider knowledge, and actionable advice because marketing is something that every business owner can do. Now, let's get started. Introducing your host, Bianca McKenzie, mum, lover of snow sports, camping, horse riding, and in-demand launch strategist and Facebook advertising knowledge bank.
Welcome back to the podcast, or if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This episode is a celebration episode as it has been 1 year since I started this podcast. That's exciting, right? I really feel like I should do something to celebrate this milestone, but with everything going on at the moment, it hasn't quite eventuated yet. So watch this space. There will be more celebrations happening. In today's episode, I want to talk about marketing tactics for your e-commerce store. And if you're not an e-commerce business, don't leave just yet because this is actually quite relevant for you too. With so many marketing options available to us, it can sometimes be hard to choose where to spend our time. And I'd love to talk about this a bit more because there really is no one size fits all in terms of marketing, regardless of what anyone else says. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 marketing tactics to grow your e-commerce business and your sales. But please know that you don't need to do all of these. If it's not aligned with you or your business, then choose something else. Another thing I really want to say first is that your marketing tactics should be chosen based on who your audience is. There is no point in choosing a specific tactic if your audience is not going to be there or engage with it. With that said, let's look at 3 different tactics you can use to grow your business. The first one is social media content, consistent social media content. Social media is a great way to introduce, build, and grow your business. There are a lot of different options with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, even though Pinterest is more of a visual search engine. But there are just so many options. Social media requires the investment of your time, but otherwise it's free and it's a great way to build a relationship with your audience. You have the option to create posts, reels, stories, or go live. First, though, you need a strategy because posting for the sake of posting isn't really the best idea. It often means that you post at the last minute, have massive gaps between posts, and you'll be struggling for content. Then what happens is that you'll post a 2-liner on what's in the picture and tell people to buy it. It's not really inspiring and it's not going to get people to take action, even though you're telling them to buy. Your social media should really be focused on building relationships, and you should take advantage of the various types of content you can post. If all you do is create sales posts, they generally don't really do much for people. They might follow your account and hit the little heart button every so often on Instagram, but that's it. There's no engagement, there's no action. When you create a strategy for your social content, it forces you to think about what you'll post. And if you're unsure of what to post, choose one of these 3 options. And ideally, really, you want to mix them. The first one is teach. So you can do some selling and, be a leader and showing that you know the space that you're operating in. Number 2 is share. You can share something personal, create conversation starters, give an opinion if you're bold and brave enough to do that, show some behind the scenes. There are so many options to choose from. And the third one is show your products, show how they work, show what to do with them. If it's fashion, show how to wear them, or like all the different options that you can wear them. Show your workspace, where does the magic happen? Show happy clients if you get testimonials or people take photos of them and your product. Share all of that. So teach, share, and show. And I've learned these 3 types of content from Instagram queen and business teacher Tracy Harris from Mums with Hustle podcast. So before you post on your social channels or you simply go quiet for months, sit down and make a plan for the next few weeks. come up with a mix of content based on the teach, share, and show method, it will really help you build a more solid social media presence, as well as help you create a closer connection with your audience. There are actually a few people that I love following on Instagram who do this really well, and I'll post the links to their Instagram in the show notes. Okay, tactic number 2, email marketing. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I am a mega big fan of email marketing. As much as I love social media, I'm not a fan of putting all your eggs in one basket. You don't own any of the social media platforms, and unfortunately, all your hard work on social media can be wiped away in an instant. There have been enough stories of people having their Facebook or Instagram accounts disabled, leaving them with very little options to get in front of their audience. And that's why I'm so passionate about email marketing. With an email list, you're actually more in charge of owning, and I'm using air quotes here, your audience list. Plus, you're actually more likely to be seen by them in their inbox. With social media, you can't really influence the algorithm, even though there are some tips and tricks, but ultimately it's up to the platform that you're using, and they decide who sees what and when, which makes it even more important to build your own audience list that is not on social media. And the statistics still speak for themselves, with a 4,200% return on investment from email marketing. I'll include my source for this statistic in the show notes, but for the past 10 years, this stat has fluctuated between 3,800 and 4,200%. So that means that for every dollar spent, you can generally see $42 in return. That doesn't mean that this is the case for everyone, but overall, email marketing has a high return on investment. When I had my online store, I made sure that I regularly emailed my subscribers with information that was educational, inspiring, as well as sending them updates about new products and upcoming promotions. And if there was only one marketing tactic I could use, email marketing would be my number one pick. Yes, I would totally pick it even over Facebook ads and paid advertising. So if you're not currently emailing subscribers or even past customers, I highly recommend that you do. Obviously, you need to look at the laws in your country or your state and make sure that you have consent, so you're not spamming people. But other than that, make sure that you email people. And start tracking sales from your efforts too, and you'll see that it starts paying off. Email marketing is absolutely my number one pick for any marketing tactic. Number 3, Facebook ads. Of course, this list wouldn't be complete without Facebook ads. There are so many other options available too, and I recognize that, and I want to acknowledge that because there are so many other marketing tactics that you can be using. But I'm a Facebook ads manager and a longtime fan, so it had to be on this list for me. And the thing that I love most about Facebook ads for e-commerce is that it can help you get more traffic, grow your audience, and also bring in more sales. I literally see it as the ultimate business building tool that speeds things up a bit. But I'm also going to say it's a tool, it's a tactic. It's not a standalone thing, and that's why I'm mentioning all these so that you can mix it up. You know, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You have a few different tactics that you're using. So Facebook ads require a monetary investment. So it might not be for everyone right away. But at some stage, I think most businesses are ready for ads. If you have some capital upfront, you can choose to spend some money on advertising to speed up your market research. Almost every business is finding out what works and what doesn't when they first start out. And it can take some time. Some businesses operate for, 1, 2, or more years to kind of figure out what products are people responding to, what are they buying, do I need to update something on my website? And so that can take time. And what I've found is that Facebook ads can help you speed up this process. The data inside of Facebook Ads Manager will show you what people are responding to in terms of clicking through on certain product images and eventually purchasing so that you can determine your conversion rate. And that data in Ads Manager shows a story. It's just a matter of knowing what kind of story it is telling you. Facebook Ads also has the ability to show ads to people who have already gone to your website, and they might have even put something in their cart and not finished. So you can set up ads that remind people to go through with their purchase, because we all get distracted. The dog might bark, child wakes up from their nap. We might need to think about it a little bit longer. And this is actually called retargeting. And it's absolutely brilliant because a lot of people will add to their cart, but not complete their purchase. The average cart abandonment rate is just under 70%. I think it's around 68, 69%. That means that roughly 7 out of every 10 shoppers will not complete their transaction. That's quite a high number, right? But at the same time, it's often comforting to know for e-commerce store owners that they're actually performing quite well. It's good to know that you're not the only one that is hitting this number, which is, it's an average, but still. So don't feel bad about people not going through with their purchase, because this is happening to everyone. It's kind of like the rule of e-commerce. The average store has an abandonment rate of 70% or just under 70%. And there's also plenty of marketing data out there that indicates that buyers need multiple touch points before they hand over their money. So they need to see you and your business and your message multiple times before they purchase. And the statistics vary on this a little bit, but it is said that buyers need to see your business and your message and everything on average between 7 to 12 times before they take action. And that's why I love Facebook ads so much, because you can layer in extra touch points that have more chance of being seen. So you can, for example, post organically on social media, you can email your subscribers, and you can show them ads, especially to those who've already engaged with your brand. So it is like all these different touch points, and Facebook ads can sort of help with that. There are a lot of different ways to use Facebook ads too. It doesn't all have to be a conversion ad telling people to purchase. I know it's important and that's what we want, but you can use Facebook ads to introduce your business to a new audience, like someone who's never heard of you, or you can use it to grow your email list. There are so many options, and that's what I love about it. Right now, I'm often using engagement ads with my clients, and then we use a conversion ad for both new and existing audiences. So cold audiences, people who've never heard of the business, and people who've gone to the store, might have added something to the cart, but not completed. So it becomes like a multi-layer ad strategy. And it is entirely up to you how you use Facebook ads, as long as you're clear on your objective and what you're trying to achieve with your ads. Unfortunately, I often see business owners boosting a post or pressing the ads button on the Instagram app. And while those have their place, they often don't give results that you're after. The boost option gives you very limited options in terms of targeting and objectives. So often the only thing you get from them is some increased engagement or maybe a few more followers. But more followers or increased engagement doesn't necessarily mean more sales. And I'm going to guess that that's what you really want. If you want to increase your sales, you really need to run ads from the Ads Manager platform on your desktop computer and create a strategy and a plan to run your ads with your objective of sales in mind. I know this can be confusing or even confronting for some people, and it is so easy to press that boost button and thinking that you're making a difference, but often it isn't making a difference. So you're spending money and it's probably going to disappoint you at some point. I suggest that you find a teacher that you resonate with and that you trust so that you can learn how to run Facebook ads yourself. And when I say Facebook ads, I also mean Instagram ads because they run from the same platform. Facebook owns Instagram, so it's all from the same place. And if you're interested and you're actually curious to learn more about Facebook ads for your e-commerce store, head over to my website to download my free, and I'm saying it's free, like free, zero. You don't have to pay for it. My free ultimate guide for Facebook ads. And inside the guide, I teach you step by step how to set up your most lucrative Facebook ad. So it basically helps you navigate the Ads Manager platform, and it guides you through setting up your first ad. And I'm doing this step by step. There's photos and like you can see exactly what you need to press and where you need to go. Then once you have that first ad set up and running, you can get bolder and start running some other ads. All right. So those are my 3 e-commerce marketing tactics to grow your business. A quick recap: social media. So consistently posting on your platform of choice and focus on building a real connection with your audience rather than bombarding them with sales posts. Number 2, email marketing. Absolutely my favorite platform with a high return on investment. Start putting your focus on email marketing. I really, really am serious about that. Number 3, Facebook ads. Of course, it had to be there. And it is a way to speed up your market research as well as giving you the ability to grow your traffic, increase your engagement, and drive sales of your e-commerce store. That's it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for joining me on the New School of Marketing podcast. I hope this episode was helpful, and I can't wait to share more marketing tips with you next week. If you're ready to take your business to the next level with Facebook and Instagram advertising, make sure you visit newschoolofmarketing.com to download practical free resources. That free guide I was mentioning, newschoolofmarketing.com, that's where you'll find it. Plus, subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Until next time, take care and market your business every day.